Hi, I'm Julie Lubetkin, and I'm responsible for the marketing of the accountant-specific payroll products here at Intuit. I'm also a former PayCycle employee and used to manage the accountant business at PayCycle. I'm here today because we've received some questions from accounting professionals about what we're doing to help them grow their payroll practices. I'm fortunate to have Cameron Schmidt here with me. Cameron's the Director of Marketing for the payroll division within Intuit. So Cameron, thank you for joining us. Let me start with the first question. How important are accounting professionals to Intuit?
Accountants are extremely important to Intuit. We kind of view it that accountants help small businesses actually get the best out of Intuit payroll products and services, so they're crucial from that standpoint. The other thing that's important to note, we did a survey I think about 2 years ago, and about 80% of our small business customers actually collaborate with an accountant in some way, either delegating tasks and initiatives to them or working with them on payroll and accounting. So, we spend a lot of time soliciting input from accountants, listening to both praise, which we like, but also plenty of legitimate complaints. And essentially what we spend our time doing is listening to those suggestions and complaints, and tried our best to continue to grow our relationship with accountants and make them stronger and better every day.
So Cameron, you mentioned Intuit's ability to drive business to accounting professionals. Tell me specifically, what has Intuit done to help drive the business or to help accountants become more profitable?
Yeah, so probably the most prominent thing we have is something called a QuickBooks ProAdvisor program. It's a program that includes a directory of all the certified ProAdvisors. It has a variety of marketing materials, training materials, special technical support. And what we know is that about 40,000 small businesses actually search the Find a ProAdvisor site, which just is an indication of this ecosystem that exists between Intuit, small businesses, and accountants. So that's one very discrete way that we connect small businesses with customers through that program. Now, because we know that that site is so important and so robust, we spend a fair amount of time trying to optimize it. And I think in June we realized that we'd been able to grow traffic to the Find a ProAdvisor site by about 25%. So that's crucial. And from an outcome standpoint, we know that about, again, a study done in June, I believe, that about 50% of QuickBooks ProAdvisors actually have seen annual increases in their client base year after year as a result of being part of that program. So that's one very discrete way that we help accountants. The other is actually the PayCycle acquisition. Part of one of the big three, as we call it, reasons for acquiring PayCycle was because of the existing relationships that PayCycle had built with accountants. So in a sense, the acquisition was a mechanism by which we have reasserted our commitment to accountants, and have going forward, we intend to continue to build upon what PayCycle has done, and I'm sure we can talk more about that if you're interested.
Intuit recently announced that the PayCycle name was now changed to Intuit Online Payroll for Accounting Professionals. What other changes can we expect?
Yeah, so not much, actually. That was the biggest change that accountants are going to see for the foreseeable future. When we think about this, what we have done as a result of this acquisition is started to apply a principle in terms of the integration, which we call do no harm. We bought in PayCycle something far beyond a product. We bought, in fact, an end-to-end experience. And we bought that experience for a reason. It's got very high customer satisfaction scores. It's a terrific end-to-end experience, and quite frankly, we don't want to mess it up. So do no harm, that principle is being applied to the integration of PayCycle into Intuit. Now, my team and a team of people around the payroll division are absolutely fixated that nothing in the area of pricing, customer support, or the product itself are materially or negatively altered through the integration. Again, one of the reasons for buying PayCycle was for this end-to-end experience. We want to learn from PayCycle, and we're in the process of doing that now. They're learning from us, and we're putting the best of both teams together to deepen the relationship with accountants and make the experience even better over time.
So if accountants are so important, why does Intuit have do-it-yourself applications?
Yeah, so in many categories, we see something similar to what we see in payroll. At the highest level of segmentation, there are groups of customers that really feel comfortable doing a task themselves. They feel confident, or they want to be in control. Then there's another segment of customers or prospects that want that control or feel confident about doing most of the particular tasks themselves, but they like the backstop of having a professional help them to make sure that they haven't made any mistakes, for example. And then third, there is a group of customers who are the delegators. They're the people that just want to wash their hands of the whole thing and not deal with it at all. So that high order segmentation applies to the payroll business as well. And in essence, Intuit has offerings to meet the needs of each of those three particular customer segments. Now, having said that, I mentioned at the beginning of our discussion today that 80% of small businesses interact with or use an accountant in some fashion in payroll. So despite the fact that we have offerings in each of the segments, the constant is the importance of the accountant and their relationship between the accountant and the small business. Now, one thing I do want to address is that we will continue to assure that the pricing of the accountant product is set in such a way to enable accountants to continue to build profitable payroll practices.
So you're saying that Intuit isn't trying to acquire the clients of accountants?
No, that's absolutely not. That is not our mindset. It's not our strategy. It's not our focus. It's just simply not the case. It's in fact exactly the opposite. In buying PayCycle again, we saw in PayCycle the opportunity to actually deepen relationships with accountants. So, despite what you might read in the press, there are certainly some competitors out there that are sowing fear, uncertainty, and doubt at a time of change. And when there are times of change, it can be not surprising that there's uncertainty. Part of what we're doing today is to try and really assert that the product pricing and support experience are not going to change, and to really reassert how important accountants are to Intuit, and to demonstrate with deeds as well as not just words that we're going to continue to work hard to earn accountants' business every day.
What's your vision for how Intuit and accounting professionals will work together?
Yeah, so as I've said a couple times during this session, accountants play a vital role. They really help small businesses navigate the complex tasks associated with payroll compliance. And we have an ecosystem between Intuit, accounting professionals, and small businesses that is vibrant and that we want to render even more vibrant going forward. So essentially, at the highest level, we just want to connect more small businesses with more accountants. That'll make the accountants' businesses more profitable. It'll lead to confident use by small businesses of our products and services, and it'll represent in the marketplace a very powerful combination, really for the benefit of all concerned.
So thank you, Cameron, for taking the time to come and address these questions from accounting professionals.
Thank you, Julie, and thanks to the accounting professionals that are watching this video. As I said a moment ago, we're going to continue to work as hard as we can to earn your business every day. Thanks.